Hello everyone, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. We're going to be making some homemade treats that you can gift this Christmas, which I think is a really nice touch rather than buying something new or going out and buying something someone else has made. To make something at home that you can take to a Christmas party or you can take on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, whatever festive plans you have. So hopefully you'll enjoy these and your family and friends will too. I'll leave all the recipes linked down below as usual. So let's get cooking. First recipe is a vegan chocolate fruit and nut biscotti. And biscotti is like a twice baked cake. So you make the cake dough and then roll it out into like a log and then cook that. And then you take it out, chop it up into biscotti slices and bake it again until it's crispy. I'm really looking forward to trying this. It's going to be delicious and it's perfect to put in a little hamper or wrap up with a cute little bow and gift to someone special to you. First, you need to preheat your oven to 180 or 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. We're using the oven here. I really wanted to use the Aga today, but the oil ran out, so that ain't happening. So we're using the oven here. So preheat that and then we'll prepare the mixture. So this is 125 grams of flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half a teaspoon of mixed spice. This is what will make it taste extra Christmassy, a pinch of sea salt, 75 grams of caster sugar, and the zest of an orange. And mix it all in together without getting it all over the worktop. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of water, add in an extra one if it needs it. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then stir to mix. It will go sticky. And like I said, add in extra water if it needs it. I totally forgot about the baking powder. Don't do this, put this in with the dry ingredients. It's because I'm just concentrating on everything at once, but I'm just gonna try and mix this in as best as I can. But half a teaspoon of baking powder. We all make mistakes. 30 grams of flaked almonds, 20 grams of raisins, so just a little pinch, 25 grams of vegan chocolate chips. Just for reference, these are the ones I got from Sainsbury's. Mix this all together. I will probably use my hands in a second just to make sure it's all evenly distributed. I'm gonna get in there just to make sure it's all mixed. Ugh. I do not like the feeling of this at all. Eek. Eek. What's that new word? So now it's all come together in quite a sticky but solid dough. We can roll this out onto our baking tray. I've got a baking tray here with a piece of parchment. This is like a silicone one, and then we're just gonna make it into like a long log, essentially. Now I've got my log shape. I've been fiddling around with this to make sure it's the right shape. So you want it to be kind of like a log, essentially. Long and thin, but not too thin, but not too flat, but not too high. Just like this. And we're gonna bake it in the oven for the first bake for 25 to 30 minutes. So just taking it out the oven and I'm gonna let it cool for 15 minutes and then we're gonna slice it into nice biscotti fingers. Popping this in the oven and baking this side for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna take it out, turn it around and bake the other side for another 10 minutes. And this is at 150 degrees Celsius, so slightly lower temperature. We've got these delicious biscotti out the oven. I'll let them cool, but I'm gonna heat up some chocolate. You can leave them like that or you can decorate them. I wanna decorate them with some melted chocolate and then some more of the flaked almonds. So I'm just gonna dip them basically in the chocolate and then sprinkle the almonds on it and they'll look really nice. You can also dip them in the chocolate on the bottom. There's that way, or you can put it in a little pipey thing and pipe and drizzle chocolate over like that, or literally just use a spoon and drizzle. There's so many different ways that you can decorate them, but I'm gonna go for the dip. I'm just putting this into a little mug so there's enough depth for me to dip the biscotti into the chocolate. Here's our beautiful Biscoff. Look at this. All dipped beautifully in the almonds. I did crush them a little bit. I'm gonna try it. I'm excited to try this. Why am I blowing on it? I thought it was hot still. That's my kind of biscotti. Tastes so Christmassy. You could even swap the raisins for dried cranberries to make it even crispier. Crispier? Christmassier. Christmassier isn't even a word. But yeah, they were delightful. I'm gonna have a cup of tea now. And I've probably got chocolate all in my teeth. Have I? Oh no. Have I actually? I'm just using a recycled jar. I've put a little bit of parchment paper in the bottom and put the biscotti inside. I've got another little bit of recycled card that I just pulled out of the recycling bin, and we just ran outside and picked some holly. And I love to save all of these ribbons and strings whenever I get a present or get a package or anything. So this is an easy way to decorate without having to use anything new and just using stuff that you already have. I'm gonna punch a little hole in here and then thread it in the string. Sorry. Probably should use a pin for this rather than a pair of scissors. Cute, huh? For the next recipe, we're going to be making some homemade chocolates. You can flavour these however you like, really, but I'm going for hazelnut and orange. And I've got some nice organic Swiss dark chocolate. You can use whatever chocolate you like as well, and we're just going to melt it and make our own little homemade ones. I'm just melting the chocolate over a pan filled with some water, which actually I need to empty a bit because it's touching. I'm going to be melting 100 grams of dark chocolate and giving it a good old stir. Chop up 100 grams of hazelnuts. I've just added in the hazelnuts, which is 100 grams of hazelnuts, and now I'm zesting in an orange. And I added in half a teaspoon of coconut oil just to make it all melt a little bit and slip together. I don't know what I'm saying, but you get the gist. Now we've got them all on the tray, I'm just going to leave them out at room temperature to cool for about 3 to 4 hours. If you put them in the fridge, they probably won't turn out as glossy, so it's good to just leave them out, let them set on their own. I'm just using an old piece of tissue paper that I had, and I'm going to use this to seal the tin to make it look pretty. And the tin is also a tin that I had lying around from some food, so we can reuse it and not have to buy anything new. So I've got these little sample bits of fabric when I was doing the kitchen, so I'm just going to use this to tie on the top to cover up the branding. I'll just use a hair tie to secure, and I'm going to cover it with a string. This is perfectly festive. So handmade and all recycled materials. So cute. delicious. And I think I mentioned this at the start, but the wonderful thing about this is it's so simple that you can use any chocolate, any nuts, any flavours. You could add cinnamon, mixed spice, you could do pecans, you could do any kind of nuts and make it your favourite kind of chocolate to share. Even sea salt would taste delish. Now we've chopped everything, we're going to be cooking it in the pan for about 45 minutes to an hour. 300 grams of chopped red onion, a kilogram of chopped Bramley apples, or in my case, apples from the garden, 275 grams of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of mixed spice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a knob or 15 grams of fresh ginger, 150 ml of apple cider vinegar, and some black pepper. So I'm just going to mix it all together and then bring it to a sort of boil simmer and then turn it down and cook it for 45 minutes to an hour. And in that time it will reduce into a delicious chutney. It smells so good. I'm just going to turn the heat down to a simmer and just let it do its thing. Oh, the onions. Oh my God, it went straight in my eye. And now I'm adding 300 grams of cranberries. These are frozen, and stirring it in and cooking for 15 to 20 minutes. If you find that it's still a little bit lumpy, then you can use a little masher just to squish the cranberries down. I'm just gonna scoop this into our sterilised jar and portion it out, ready for gifting. Just using my little label maker, a Dymo, to write apple cranberry, but you could do this on a piece of paper and just stick it on with glue and just write whatever it is. So we've got apple cranberry, we've got a little chutney one, so we can stick it on the front. That looks absolutely adorable. I think this is just the cutest little present to give somebody, also a present to yourself if you love apple and cranberry chutney. Tastes a lot like cranberry sauce, which is perfect for this time of year. I'm planning on making loads of sandwiches with this. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know if you're going to be making some homemade sweet treats and food gifts for your family and friends this year. And I've given you some, hopefully, ideas to reuse things you already have. I didn't have to go out and buy anything to wrap these, and that makes it even more special, I think. So go and forage things, collect jars, collect paper this time of year so that you can, oh, there goes a piece of holly, so that you can make these things, and it's extra special. It just is so cute, so much better than something that you bought from the shop. So make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll stay tuned for the rest of Vlogmas because there's lots of festive content to come. Bye! I love when the light shines and he gets like this ball of fuzz around him. It's so tempting. It's like to start a chocolate dough fight. I'm scared by my own hair. Half a teaspoon. Sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh. Half a teaspoon. Why have I got the giggles? This is not the time to get the giggles. Okay.